Do you ever have that sense of deja vu? So you probably gathered then, I've been back to the Lego store in less than a week, and I couldn't help myself this time because I kind of feel like I'm kind of making up for lost time not being at the Lego store due to all the kind of lockdown here in the UK. But anyway, it was well worth it. And in a funny way, last week's Lego haul, which if you want to watch back, folks, you'll find in the card above. The funny thing about this one is that last week the sets I bought, you know, kind of Wonder Woman, 1984, and of course the Stranger Things, they're all kind of set obviously in the 80s. And this set, actually, the main set that I got this week was the main one that I should have got last week, but there is a link to the 80s as well. But anyway, in time-wise, for this particular set, the set in which it's set in, at least the time that it's set in, is that it kind of goes back even further, goes back to medieval times, and that kind of gives away the set that I've got, but it is, of course, the medieval Blacksmith. I absolutely love it. I really do. And honestly, even when I went in there last week and I saw it, I was like, blimey, it actually looks even better than I thought it was. It is Lego Ideas number 33. Blimey, they're cracking through them now, aren't they? And what I love about Lego Ideas is that each and every set that comes out with them is always completely different. Now, what I will say is this: it retails at £135, so it's quite a spinny kind of set. And I just wish they'd come out with a few other Lego Ideas set, you know, like the Tron set or the Women of NASA. That was kind of like around the £25, £35 mark. So I think we need a few more of those Lego if you're listening. And let me know what you think about that down in the comments below as well. But what have we got going on here? We've got 4 figures as well. You've got the kind of the Blacksmith there with his great big beard he's got there, big old red beard. We've got this figure here called the Huntress. And then got these here as well, these 2 figures. And that is the link to the 80s. We've got the Black Falcon figures, which I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, folks, I think that was a kind of like a theme, the Knights theme, the Castle theme even, that came out in around roughly 1988. I think I can remember that correctly. But anyway, like I say, folks, let me know in the comments below. And then around it, of course, it's just so well detailed. I mean, there's no stickers on this as well, because you've got that lovely, great big Forge sticker there. You've got this lovely, brilliant chimney there. I mean, it's just super detailed with all the masonry and the tiles on it and stuff like that. And then, of course, you've got the Forge down here, which I've got to be honest, it'll make a fantastic pizza oven. It really would. And look at the roof with all the Nexo Knight shields on it and stuff like that. And, of course, we've finished off with a chimney. And you've got this tree over here. Now, the cool thing about this tree, on the other side of it, you've got a target as well, which is kind of cool. And somewhere in and around all that, yep, there it is, you've got a frog. So there's a kind of a link there to the bonsai tree as well, which was a Lego set that came out quite recently. And something I didn't know you get with this, you've got yourself a kind of a husky dog as well. So let me just show you that a little bit nearer. I just think it looks brilliant, doesn't it? Really, really nice. There's no stickers in there at all, but it is like a proper modular without being a modular. Now, a lot of people say actually Lego Ideas, they never seem to be particularly complementary to modular buildings, but this, in all honesty, is modulated. So let me just show you that area there on the right hand side of the back there. In fact, trying to get rid of that, and you can see there how it all kind of comes together. And it's really, really cool. You've got a lovely interior there. I think it looks great. I really, really do. The figures look really good. I mean, look at the exterior there with all the wood paneling and the masonry and everything like that. I think it looks brilliant. You've got some really nice interior with this as well. You've got kind of a nice kitchen, and the guy obviously does pretty well for himself. He's got like a bedroom that's all kitted out with like a fantastic bed. It's right. The great thing about building all these different modulars and that, they're always kind of different techniques, even with Sesame Street, in all honesty, to building different beds and stuff like that, and I think that's pretty cool. And this one actually looks quite luxurious in the scheme of it. But looking around here as well, with the Black Falcon figures there, you've got them kind of on a drawn carriage as well, and you've got a real proper horse on it. And I just think it looks great. It really, really does. It kind of reminds me a little bit of an old style Essex home, where the downstairs is actually smaller than the upstairs, because the upstairs section kind of juts out here at the front. I just think it looks great. It's completely authentic and I love it. So of course, it was this week again that I went up there. The main reason I went up is because, in all honesty, one, I wanted to go back up there anyway. It was a lovely evening in London. It was like lovely and sunny and stuff. And I thought, you know what? I just might as well go up there and just grab this set while I happen to be there up in London, because I work up in London like a few times a week at the moment, and of course as lockdown kind of decreases and stuff like that, I'll be working up there a lot more often. But anyway, one of the main reasons I went up there is because I genuinely thought that the double VIP points lasted until the end of the month. Even a couple of friends of mine, you know, other AFOLs, they thought the same thing, until of course I found out it was on the 22nd that it finished. So I was like, better get up there now. So anyway, so I did. So I got myself this, and it was £135. And I think there was the deal that if you spent 150, you get yourself several other gift with purchases as well. So I had to make up the difference. So let's pop in there for now. There you go, he's not going to go anywhere fast. So, what else did I get then? Okay, to make up the difference then, I'm kind of trying to focus on doing my city, LEGONDON. So that kind of works quite nicely, and it might even be a pub. I might even leave it as a blacksmith shop, but I don't know, a lot of people seem to be, especially those with cities anyway, seem to be thinking about calling them pubs or something like that. I'm sort of thinking like maybe the River Thames Inn, or the Thames Inn, Old Father Thames Inn, or something like that. But if you've got any ideas for names of pubs, let me know down in the comments below. You never know, I might even use one and give you a shout out as well. But anyway, so what set did I buy to make up the difference? Well, it's a bit of an unusual one for me really, because it's a Marvel one, and but it's one that I can use in the city, and it's a one that my old mucker Si O'Connor bought recently as well. It's set number 76162, and it's the Black Widow's helicopter chase. And this is a really cool set, especially for the price as well, actually, because it's not too bad, actually. It was £25, comes with 271 parts. You get 3 minifigures as well. And they're pretty decent minifigures as well. You've got the Black Widow there as well. You get the Taskmaster as well. I think he's got pretty decent prints. Let me see if I can show you that a little bit nearer. And get this other character there called Yelena Belova as well, which I think looks pretty good. And I like it. I like the helicopter. I really like the artwork, actually. I mean, I'm not always fussed about artwork. Certainly 18 plus sets, in all honesty, it's starting to get a bit boring if you ask me. But anyway, there's plenty of action going on. You can tell it's an action-packed character, which of course the Black Widow is. So there we go, yeah. So the Black Widow there's got some really nice, you know, box art going on there. It looks really good. But what I like, the star of this, of course, as well as the decent minifigures that you get, is of course the Chinook style helicopter. Bit unusual for Lego to do that kind of helicopter, but there we go. I like it with the double rotors on it and stuff like that. And of course got ourselves a little buggy there as well, which in all honesty isn't anything to write home about. That said though, it's probably not quite as good as another buggy that I've got coming up a little bit later in this haul. But I do like the set. And of course, if you've built it as well, let me know what you think about it. Maybe me and Si will do it one day on one of our backlog streams. But I do like it as well. But like I say, folks, it's one that can kind of work in the city, because at the end of the day, it's a helicopter. And strangely enough, being Lego build loads and loads of different helicopters, unsurprisingly, I haven't actually built that many. So anyway, that kind of made up the difference for me, which was kind of cool, which I thought was pretty cool. So anyway, so what was the gift with purchases that I set? Well, in all honesty, I thought I was going to get 4, but this time I got 3, only one of which is different to the rest. So anyway, so the first one I got is this. It's the Amelia Earhart Aviation Pioneer. It's set number 40450. There we go, let me just show you up that again. And it's, like I said before, folks, you know, you got this, she's in a plane, which is kind of cool. I love the design of the plane. You get a great minifigure. You got this stand as well. But the problem with the stand is you've got this great big thick piece there. And the stand is it's completely unnecessary. And you know what? Like I said before as well, honestly, I'm getting a complete sense of deja vu again with this. You got this, well, in fact, I just wish it was a print, but it's not. It's a sticker. But it looks pretty good, and that is of course the course in which she took flying over the Atlantic. Now this one, I don't particularly know what I'll do with it. Maybe I'll sell it, maybe I'll just part it out. There's loads of decent red pieces in there, especially those 2x4 red tiles. I could tell, in all honesty, for my city, I could do with a load of 2x4 dark bluish grey tiles at the moment, especially with all these road nonsense that we've got. Need more of those, please, Lego. So anyway, so that's that first gift we purchased. The second gift we purchased, let's put them on there precariously. Again, another sense of deja vu. It's this one. It's set number 40416, and it's the ice rig. There we go. And it is a lovely little set, I've got to be honest. So there's not really too much I can say differently this week to what I said last week about it, other than of course you get this nice interesting revolving ice rink, which you pop the figures on there and they kind of work around it as well. You get these nice builds there of a couple of trees, you get that store in the middle, kind of serving, I don't know, warm drinks. And then you got this, I don't know, it's just a street lamp really. This is a bit random to be there, but it's there anyway. You've got this box there where you pop your skates as well. And it's kind of nice, it's kind of like a fountain. It's a really nice film. And I just think, it's genuinely speaking, is a really nice vignette. Now, in all honesty, so that I kind of wasn't repeating myself in this Lego haul, I did actually ask them if they could substitute those two for the Monsters Book of Monsters, but they said no, you had to spend something like, I think it was £75 on Harry Potter sets. But in all honesty, those Harry Potter sets, I've got most of them there anyway, but the new wave comes out, so maybe they'll still have a whole boatload of those Monsters Book of Monsters still there when the new wave comes out. But that said, I mean, if I remember correctly, they did have quite a few there. So you never know, folks, on day one with the new sets when they're released, you might get that as a gift we purchased for the Harry Potter sets as well. So that's that gift we purchased. Let's pop that there. Ooh, a little bit shaky, but it's hanging in there, folks. A little bit of tension for the Lego haul. So what else did I get? I'll tell you what I got as well. The third and final gift we purchased that I got was a little poly bag. It's quite a cute little pop. I keep saying popping poly bags. I'm looking at this thinking, it's definitely never going to be one that I use in the popping poly bag series, but it is, of course, set number 30579. It's quite cool. Let me show you that a little bit nearer. There it is there. It's called the Easter Chick. It's, like I said, it was a gift we purchased. It comes with just 52 pieces, and in all honesty, it doesn't really do too much for me. Like I say, I could just break it down, I suppose. But it's quite cute. It's got big puffy cheeks, and it's quite smart, I think. You know, it is what it is really. It's creator. It's some free Lego, and like I say, it's like 52 odd pieces or so. So I can kind of break it all down, store it all away, and use it maybe in the city at a later date. So what else did I get? So what a lot of people are kind of building in their cities, and it's kind of something I haven't necessarily planned for at this time. It's kind of like a riverway or a shore of some sort of coastline or something like that. So I was kind of thinking to myself, well, why don't I get some base plates? Because some of the blue base plates, because the news on the ground is that base plates potentially will become a thing of the past, which is a bit of annoyance really, because I've just invested in loads and loads of green base plates, and every now and again Amazon do them cheap at sort of like £5.50, so I always kind of buy a bulk of them. But anyway, what I haven't got is any blue ones, so there we go. I've got myself about 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Boom. And it is just the classic blue base plate. Not really too much to it. I'm not really even too sure what all the colours are that it comes in. I know for a fact it comes in green, and I believe that you can get a slightly darker green as well, more of a kind of emerald green. But they're always going to be useful, and I'm probably going to need more than 4, and I've got to kind of work out whereabouts it would go. And I'll tell you where it would look good on as well. If I pop that there, what it'll look good on is if at the end of the city, between the city and of course Ninjago Island, there is that kind of coastline there, because I'm going to need it anyway, because I've been buying boats. I bought the Friends boat recently, the rescue boat, and of course I bought that big giant city boat as well. So what else did I get? Well, let's change gear, because I've got 1 or 2 other little bits and pieces as well, and I reckon that this is going to be one of the deals of the year. It's from Tesco's. Now Tesco's is a food store here in the UK, and they were selling this set number 60305. How cool is that? It's not, you know, I wouldn't say it was the most brilliant set in the world. You've got 2 figures, you've got this great big transporter on there, and you've got this car there. But the reason I got it is because in the city, I can laden that transporter up with actually oodles and oodles of other cars as well. And it even takes speed champions, or at least the kind of the 6 wide stud ones, which is pretty cool. Like I say, folks, it normally retails at £25, but Tesco's were doing it for £12.50. You get 342 pieces, and it comes with 2 kind of ordinary kind of looking minifigures. There's nothing too special about them. They kind of act out the role quite nicely, actually. But I think the car on top there, here we go, if I show you that there like that, I think the car there looks pretty damn good. I'll show you again on the back there. You can see the action there. You've got that little bit of Technics there on the transport, which looks pretty good, doesn't it? And I like that as well. So anyway, so I got that, and by the time you watch this, I probably would have built this on Si O'Connor's episode of the backlog from last week. So again, if you're watching this back, check the card above. So, just momentarily going back to the C. Now, if you've got a load of blue base plates, that's fine. That can act as you see. That's absolutely, there's no problem with that. But of course, because I was at the Lego store, I could visit the pad wall. And what did they have at the pad wall? They had loads of 1x2 trans blue tiles. Perfect, I thought. So I get myself a load of them. So anyway, there we go. Went to the pad wall and I got myself an absolute, if you pardon the pun, a boatload of them there. If I open it up there, you can just see inside. Now, the great thing with these, the pad wall at the moment is if you take your old ones back, they'll give you something like 75p off. So instead of it being sort of £12.50, it's kind of like £11.75 or maybe £11.50, one of the two. Again, correct me in the comments below, please do, folks. But I've got a load of these because this kind of adds a lot of shine, a little bit of texture if you want it. And this is what they look like, kind of in the flesh. There we go. I think they're gorgeous. There we go. It zooms in quite nicely, doesn't it? But yeah, so I've got a load of those. And in all honesty, it's one of those items that you can never have enough of. I mean, I'm not even quite sure if I've got enough of these to fill up those base plates. But it's one of those things that I don't know quite what I need to be building at the moment. I'm certainly not mocking anything, but this and those blue base plates are definitely something for the future. So that's a little bit of the River Thames or the sea sorted out. Let's change gear again, just a little bit. So we've had a little bit of sea stuff, we've got the transporter, a little bit of sea stuff. Let's go superheroes, shall we? So I got myself this set a couple of weeks ago, and this was in, I could have used this in a previous haul, but I just didn't have time, in all honesty, to get it, and I didn't quite grab it in time. And it's this. It's a pretty smart little set. It's the Spiderman Vs Venom. Versus Iron Man Venom as well. It's £13.50, comes with 63 pieces, but the star of this particular set is him, this guy here, if I can just show it to you. Pork grind. He's awesome. It comes with, well, I say it comes with, it doesn't come with any weapons other than hot dogs, which I think look great. But it's one of those things for £13.50, you're getting 4 pretty decent minifigures. I mean, 2 of them are absolutely cracking. The Iron Man, for example. Look at the Venom Iron Man there. The printing on him is absolutely brilliant. It really, really is. And I think for the money, I think it's really, really good. Now, I was telling you about a buggy that I didn't think particularly was very much to write home about, and that'll be that one there. But I've got to be honest, it is actually a bit better, especially with that kind of anti-roll bar over there. It's a little bit better than the one that I got with the Black Widow set. So anyway, so that was that. It's just kind of a nice, quick little set to do. Maybe I'll do a review on that. I don't know. Maybe I'll just build it, get on with it. But yeah, that pork grind, I think he looks awesome. He's going to be one of my favourite minifigures of 2021. He really is right up there. Again, let me know what you think about those 2 particular figures there, because I think the printing on those are brilliant. It's a really good one to get. And then, of course, what with the kind of the head and stuff like that, it's a pretty unique one as well. In fact, Spider-Man looks quite bland, in all honesty. I don't understand, right? You get a brilliant Spider-Man with this. They've done all the hard work they have. They've given you the sidearm prints. They haven't given you any leg prints or anything. No dual mouldedness. You know what I mean? Wait, it's really odd when you think about it. This whole set is devoted to Spider-Man. Yet the most boring character in this, the most mundane one, is Spider-Man. So anyway, so what have we got then? We've got ourselves one more superhero kind of Lego-ish thing, and that's called Zavi. Now Zavi was doing a pretty decent deal. For £10, you get 2 things. The first one being a minifigure series, DC Superheroes figure, which I think is pretty good. Do you know what, I've got all these, but I've got no idea which one this is going to be. I can't remember. You know what it's like, folks. You get a feel for the bags back in the day, and then of course time goes by and you forget all about it. But let me know what your favourites one are. One of my absolute favourites in this entire series was the Joker. I think he's brilliant. I really, really do. But anyway, maybe I'll open that again on one of the backlogs soon. So obviously they normally kind of retail at about £3.50, but the deal was you get that and you get a t-shirt as well. And the t-shirt I got was this one. It's kind of like a Batman t-shirt but with some Japanese writing on it. I think that's pretty good. It's a nice one for the summer. The sun's coming out a lot more. The days are drawing out now. We're in British summertime. That of course means it's going to rain a lot over here in the UK. But anyway, I got that. And again, let me know if you go for the Zavi deals as well. Sometimes they do them on Funko Pops as well, which I always think look pretty good. Anyway, let's pop that over there. Yes, we got away with it. Fantastic. So yeah, we've got kind of got a bit of a mixture of everything really. We've got Lego City. We've got ourselves some stuff for the city in the form of the Blacksmith, and then of course we got ourselves some free gifts with purchases, and I got the Black Widow set as well. And with that kind of wraps up this Lego haul. Thank you as always for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, then please do give it a thumbs up. You can follow the channel on Instagram and Twitter. And if you happen to be new around here, why not hop on and subscribe and become a big part of the LBB family. I'll leave you now with some videos that I think you might like. Oops, I did it again.